Pinterest marketing and content marketing combined. This is a combined connection, and I'm glad to be here with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I'm looking forward to us having a really good conversation today about Pinterest. Content marketing, this is one of the things that everybody loves to do, but sometimes we feel overwhelmed or underwhelmed when we don't know what we have to do first. So I felt like it would be good for us to discuss and talk about this. What's up, Letitia? Thank you for being here. Apostle Mo, thank you for being here. Aaron Ramyar, thank you for being here. Shari and John, appreciate you guys for being here too. I have always been talking about Pinterest, and reason why I bring Pinterest to Pinterest conversations or Pinterest business or Pinterest trends is because a lot of people are not thinking about Pinterest the way they should, when they actually should be using Pinterest as the first form of testing, evaluation, branding, checking, evaluating. These are things that if you do very early, then you would be able to see further and actually do more with less content and actually have more time because you have a longer lifespan. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but the lifespan of, let me start off with Instagram. The lifespan of a post on Instagram. You posted something today on Instagram for the first time, or you posted something today because you're always posting. That post usually has an average of anywhere between 19 hours to 72 hours. So we're talking, you've spent time on Adobe or Canva or AI images, or you actually took a picture, you did something, and now you're posting it out, and you spent anywhere from 1 minute to maybe 60 minutes, and you've spent time to get this one thing out. Now, when you take it out there and you post it on Instagram, it gets seen by people, right? It's supposed to get seen by people. But when it gets seen by people, what do the people do next? That's really the next question that we should be thinking about, because there's a platform for everyone, right? So why do I keep hammering down Pinterest? One, I have a podcast. My podcast is called We Don't Play. If you click the link above, please subscribe to the podcast show. Listen to on your favorite podcast player. We Don't Play is across 160 nations, and we have over 679 episodes. And I've been doing this for 7 years, and then this is going to be the 7th year this August. And one of the topics that I've been screaming at my community has been screaming for, Pinterest, Pinterest, Pinterest. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We're going to have a Pinterest summer. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a Pinterest summer. Because Pinterest is one place that if you position yourself as a business, you will never lose, because you'll always understand what your audience needs before you even give them what they're asking for. So Pinterest is a place of interest. When you drop the P, it's interest. Pinterest yesterday. And we always meet every 2 weeks and sometimes once in a week. Hey, Rocky, welcome to the space. Thanks for being here. We have calls and we discuss details about the clients we work with and what they need, budget, copy, everything, end to end. So when we are doing content marketing on Pinterest, our business on Pinterest is not just to be there because we have a business. Our business being on Pinterest is to actually visually impact the audience that is acting alike to match your search intent. So when you look at Pinterest marketing, you look at Pinterest marketing as a place where you can connect with people deeper and also for a longer time, because you're not only connecting with them on the platform, you're also connecting with them off the platform. Instagram, you can only connect with people on the platform. because you can only create content for the platform. If you want them to go out of the platform, they have to go to your link in bio and click on the link to leave. And majority of the people who see you don't do that all the time. Yes, they would, but your percentages are lower. Your averages are lower. So thank you for sharing the room, Rocky. Appreciate you. When you have content like this and you're building your content long term to get more followers, to get more responses, to get more businesses, to get more attention, retention, your goal and your achievement should be measured. Hey, John. Hey, Murphy. Should be measured by how much intentionality that goes behind the content. Because when you're thinking about Pinterest marketing, your goal for Pinterest marketing is to leave an impression, a lasting impression. And the lasting impression you're getting on Pinterest is attention and retention. I'll say it again. The lasting impression you're getting on Pinterest is attention and retention. You need to decide how much attention do you want, and you also have to determine how much retention can you maintain. How much retention can you sustain? That sustainability is going to only come from the quality of what you've attracted to with people. So when we are thinking about creating content and we are building content for the right reasons, for the right people, then we're not only just thinking about ourselves, we're thinking about the people that we share content with. I mentioned that the half-life or the shelf life or the lifespan of an Instagram post is 19 to 72 hours, right? It could be more, it could be less, right? So you can do your research because it always keeps changing, but that's a wide range just to see what kind of base that would be. On Pinterest, it's also changed too. The half-life, shelf life, or the lifespan of a Pinterest pin, 1. So we're calling apples to apples, right? 1 to 1. So if you have one Instagram post, you have 72 hours, let's say minimum. That way it can go up or down. At least you have a threshold. Compare that 1 to your one pin, because you posted this one post on Instagram. Let's say your ratio was 1080 by 1080 pixels. And then with Pinterest, you might do, let's say, 9 by 16 ratio, right? I'm just giving you different examples. When you now look at those two, it tells you also how people interact with your pin or with your post. So on Instagram, you're getting about 72 hours. On Pinterest, you're getting anywhere between 3.5 months to 5 months. That's the lifespan of a pin. Now, when you compare 5 months to 72 hours, you can really see there's a big difference between how much you can post. And people say, oh, should I post every day? You don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. If you're posting at least once a week, like you blog once a week, and you post on Instagram once a week, now you have 3 pins, because you have one pin natively, you have one pin from Instagram that was fed into your account, and then you have one pin that comes from your RSS feed off of your website. So now you've posted once, but you have 3 pin links. So just imagine doing that times 3, times 5, times 10, times 50, times 100. That compound interest is what is actually compounding in your shelf life value. So it's not just this one post that you're posting that is going to gain traction. Yes, that's what's going to happen, but that's not the only thing that's going to be seen. So your business should be looked at as a place of, can you use Pinterest to store information and then also use content to validate the information, knowing that Pinterest has unbranded searches are 96 to 97% that are unbranded. So people are not going there to look for Gucci shoes, belt. They're not going to look for Nike shoes, Adidas shoes. They're not looking for these things that we look out for, Lululemon, or we're looking for Forever 21, or we're looking for whatever you want to call it, right? You want to put a keyword there because you want to buy from that brand. You want to buy an Apple computer. You want to buy an iPod. Those words that you've heard before, that you've said before, that you've used before, or you've typed before, those words are always cued into your content. So the content marketing piece with Pinterest is when you use images, your images need to have the words that I can say your search users type. If you use the words that people type, then people will find your content faster when you use Pinterest. I'd love to pass it to you, Rocky or John. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the conversation. What have you seen? What are you noticing? Or what's going on? Good afternoon.
Rocky, are you available?
Rocky might not be available right now. She's in the middle of something. So yeah, you can go ahead, John.
I do, and Faber and I have talked about this many times. I don't do a whole lot of organic posting on Pinterest. Mine is done automatically. If you have a Pinterest business page, you can Google how to do it, how to automatically ingest all of your Instagram content into your Pinterest page. So my Instagram is connected to my Facebook. I post on Facebook, I schedule it to Instagram, and it goes to three places: Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And I'll just give you an idea of the analytics as I happen to be in front of me. I've not done an ad on Pinterest in a very long time. So just by doing this and not creating any more work, 2,500 plus impressions, engagement, 2.5 million impressions, 314,000 engagement, and 1,082 saves. And that's creating zero extra work. So this is a platform that can benefit me, and it directs traffic to my site, and it becomes more brand awareness building for my product, and it's cost me zero extra effort. Zero, not one bit. So having said that, and I've posed this questions many times, and Favor always responds to it well. If you know you can do this and not do any extra work, why wouldn't you?
100%. We have to work smart and not hard, because if we think and grow rich, we can do exactly that. It's not work and grow rich. It's not do and grow rich. It's think. And I believe when we're able to maximize our thinking capacity on how much time we can save and how much work we can do over time, it will be a great gain for you, because you're able to actually see and notice that you may not even be posting content on a daily basis, but your content is doing its thing and it's building consistently for you. So it just depends on how you want to state that and do that long term for yourself as you're creating your content for people around you. So don't sleep on Pinterest. And if you haven't used it, then maybe you're not sure of how to use it, then it's good to at least try, get into it and see it for yourself. And that way you can also decide to analyze what are the things to look out for. And I'm going to go through the section called performance over time. So if you have a Pinterest account, if you go to Pinterest.com or you go to business.pinterest.com and you set up an account, then you'll start seeing some analytics. On the top left corner, you will see analyze performance, which is going to be in the main menu. And then when you see analytics overview, you can sort it out by, as much date rate as you want. I've gone back at least 2 years for me right now. So I'm going to split it by different types, and I'll share that with you so that we can also look into that and discuss why you need to use performance over time metrics within Pinterest to understand how content marketing and Pinterest marketing align. You can't be guessing things. We have to do them in a structured way. So we'll definitely talk about that. Landstronaut, good to see you. How are you? We'd love to hear your thoughts. What's going down?
Howdy doody. Right now I'm working on Landstronaut Coffee. It's in preparation for Rocky, actually, because I called her bluff. And so that's what I'm working on, something to actually market so we can, place myself as a test bed. So I've been 48 hours going. It's pretty crazy. I'm working on the foundation side of my stuff. with giving. So I have this thing where I'm giving out scholarship to legacy people that I used to teach on my platform. I'm kind of reaching out to them and placing certain people who I know, excuse me, that did well in my educational classes. I'm going to invite them, and if they tell me that they don't have the funds or whatever like that, but they were really good students of mine, I'm going to issue scholarship from the reserve funding from my foundation, and then program all the SEOs. You know how it goes. I have 2 courses. I got to look back at when I scheduled them for, because it's not all the way set in stone yet. I'm basically doing what do you call that thing? A market survey with my close niche audience to make sure that it's a good timing and availability before I go ahead and launch the book. And then, go ahead and launch the course. And right now I'm working on the book that goes with the course. So was that a lot?
That would not, I won't call it a lot. I would call it well structured. And if you are following, you'll definitely see that, yeah, you definitely have a plan to it. So I'm excited. That's good. That's good to hear. As you're mentioning, course and connections, most people would go to social media, that would be Facebook or Instagram. And I was even talking with a client the other day, and it was very interesting because most times when people, and this is what the client said, that, and I'm paraphrasing, that most times when people want to start a business and they think about connecting with people online, they think about social media and go straight to Facebook or Instagram without realizing that there's way more that meets the surface. And most people get stuck there because when they don't see results, they're like, okay, it's not working, then we just need to keep it going, when they've not even touched into email, technical setups. So it's very interesting to see how businesses are running and what they're considering as priority and what they're not even bothering with, when there are a lot of things that change and you wonder, okay, how do we, make these changes? So I'm thinking about it from performance and, looking into Pinterest, looking into marketing, looking into content. How do we combine these attributes and how do we use them, to create more content and more similarities between us? So I believe that these are the things that will help us as business owners to be more creative, but at the same time, more innovative. Not just because we want to use Pinterest, but because we want to be there for ideas and also to build the ideas around us. So I would like to even ask y'all, hey Celeste, welcome to the room. Hey D, good to see you. Sack Black, Aria, Ibrahim, Kamraj as well. If you think about Pinterest, or if somebody mentions Pinterest or you see Pinterest somewhere, what's the first thought that comes to your mind?
I think a whole bunch of thieves that want to look at my creativity. So I didn't want to program my algorithm to Pinterest until I had something to sell that was already trademarked.
Interesting. Okay. Anyone else?
Pictures. I know. It's like a blog with pictures. That's what I think about when I think about Pinterest.
Okay.
That was one of the things I did. So back in maybe 2020, when I knew I was going to do my company go all out, that was actually one of the first things I did. I created my own, identifier on Pinterest, even though I didn't want to post any content. I kind of just saved my name on there. And then somebody was telling me that Pinterest was really good because even though they look at pictures, the pictures are able to link to links that then will funnel back into what you have going on. So but I was at the part of like Dolly 2 and Mid-Journey and making all these pictures, and my pictures were dope. And I was like, I don't want nobody to copy my pictures from the internet. So I just wasn't ready yet, but I could see the power of Pinterest. I don't know if Pinterest is still You know what I'm saying? Hitting like that. But, I'm on this journey, so we'll see. And I was actually adding socials to my website right now. And it's crazy because I saw the Pinterest, I saw X, and I was like, I don't think I registered this part of my company sub brand on X, but I remember doing it on Facebook and on Instagram. But I don't know. I don't remember that part of my company being on Pinterest. So I got to do homework while I'm on mute. Hi, Apostle.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting that greeting. Well, when I think about Pinterest, I think about DIY projects or arts and crafts.
Okay. Huh. Thank you, Apostle. Thank you for being here. I love the answers that we're getting because it also says a lot about what we know the platform for and what we can use it for. And then there's so much more we can actually apply to it too. So I love those answers. I know Rocky is, in a place that she's not able to speak. So if you're in class, just let us know when you can speak, but please type in the chat if you can and let us know what you think about with Pinterest. John, if you're available, we'd love to hear from you too.
Yeah, I think of social media, including Pinterest, in two different ways. One, as the consumer, and that's what I advise people to not think like consumer, think like a publisher. So what I think of Pinterest is it's another platform that involves zero work for me, as I explained earlier, that increases brand awareness. That is, you pay literally thousands of dollars for. So you can have a brand before you have a product to sell. You can have all that stuff, and Pinterest is a good platform, especially if you work it in a way where you don't have to spend a lot of time there. And then when you are spending time there, it's very specific and it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very detail oriented. Otherwise, it's just another platform to build brand awareness. That's the way I look at it as a publisher.
I love that, John. You got me thinking too about this when I look at Pinterest as a place to store content that you can go back to years from now and still find accessible. Unlike platforms like, let's say, Instagram or Facebook, where, yeah, you can go back and download this or that, but you can't be able to even download the content you uploaded, which is crazy. If you think about it, Astronaut, you were talking about stealing your content, because I've done entertainment law, and I know that when you create content and post on Facebook with your personal profile, that is considered as public domain property for Meta or for Facebook.com specifically. Now, when you publish a page or the same content from your business page, your Facebook business page, and you now share it to your personal, that protects your business or your assets from Facebook having proprietary information access, or I can say acquisition, for your content. Now on Pinterest, you can upload and download. If you download something from YouTube, if you have a video from anywhere, if you have even UGC content, user generated content, or you download content from somewhere else like TikTok and bring it to your Pinterest, and you now say, okay, this board is going to be for mood, it's going to be for ideas, it's going to be for sports, it's going to be for astronauts, it's going to be for cooking, and you just have a pile of content that you've literally gotten from everywhere, kind of like collectibles, but you're putting them under one board. Now, in that content marketing, you could be gaining traffic from there because you're attracting people that like that type of content like you. And then the reason why you're putting it there is so that people can find your content relevant to what they like already by finding you relevant to their need. So it's not a, what am I going to take? It's what am I going to give. So when it's time for me to receive, I'm receiving it in abundance because I've been able to give people who actually act alike, compared to Facebook and Instagram where they're called lookalikes. Would you rather have a lookalike or would you rather have an act alike? If you have a lookalike,
I didn't want none of them. I'm just being honest. Like, I feel like my stuff has so much swag and it's so sick that, like, I don't want to know. like, no, you don't get nothing unless you come into my world. Straight up. Because my stuff is more than a picture. You're going to look at the picture. You're going to see Landstronaut coffee. You're going to see what goes along with Landstronaut coffee. Looking at a picture on LinkedIn or on Pinterest, you're not going to know what it is. And I just gave you a whole like drip. I gave you an experience. I gave you a swag, you know? I don't want to share my swag with everybody. It's one of those things like I send for you because you're dope. I don't want a mass audience or whatever. And mass audiences don't even mean it converts into sales. Like, I want dope people.
Dope people come from dope structures, and that comes from dope thinking. Because if you're going to create content for people who are going to purchase your product, who are going to find your product valuable, who are even going to find it accessible on Google, because I wouldn't say, let me even put it this way, you wouldn't be creating content so that it can sit in your trash or sit in your local drive or sit in your cloud drive that is just going to be shared by you only. So when you're thinking about where to place it, why I always call Pinterest one of the best places that you can put your content there, because there's no other platform I can see or hear that you can claim your property by website on a social media platform. I can call Pinterest a visual search engine, because you have to claim your property, which means, and Pinterest actually says this, that the content that you post on your Pinterest business account is 100% yours. So nobody's stealing your content, because you have content that is already secured by you. So that's what
What's the
Pinterest
difference
does.
between doing that and putting the content on my website and just having like a real estate type of funnel to come into my website?
The difference is your website is not known by Google, and you don't have as much trust as Pinterest does. If Pinterest
What?
had,
It is
yeah,
known by
we
favor.
we can go head to head right now.
Favor.
Give me your domain. Let's do it right now.
You already
Let's cut
know
the
my
yeah
domain.
no
It's my name.
let's cut the fluff. Give me your domain right now. I'm gonna put it on the chat. Let's do it. Let's go.
Landstronaut.com,
Let's go.
man.
I don't have time for this. Let's go. So let's do this.
Oh,
All right, let's do this. All right, put it in the chat or say it out. I'm typing it right now.
Landstronaut.com. LANDSTRONAUT, bruh. What's up?
Let's
Everybody
go.
gotta come see me.
Nah, I'm coming. Let's go. We're gonna make it happen right now. Landstronaut.com. All right, boom. So let's check this. So you have a 3.8 domain rating, and you have 470 backlinks. You have 158 website links. Now let me go to Pinterest.com, because I don't want to talk fluff. I want to just get right to it, because
Why does
we're going to be out of
Pinterest
here.
have to validate me though?
Because you're not on a trust signal that is verified yet.
What you mean? I got my own trust signal. I got an SSL certificate.
You can trust yourself.
It's on Google
You can
everywhere.
trust yourself.
What you
All right,
mean?
hold on. So Pinterest has a domain rating of 97. They have
Who cares
6.1.
about them? They steal from everybody's shit. No, I know.
Hold on. Let me actually
They're
define this
trying to
for
be
you.
Uber of content on the internet. Of course, they're
No.
gonna get a 97.
No. The reason why they have a 97 is because their domain authority has been sequenced over the years. Like TikTok.com. Do you know when TikTok was purchased as a domain?
Just naming $2 billion companies, bro.
Hold on. We're not talking about tech. We're not talking about data. We're talking about domain. Let's stick to what we're talking about. So when do you know, or if you know, when was TikTok bought as a domain?
First of all, for me to get my 3 and I didn't even sell a product yet for my company, and the other people is at 97, I feel good. You feel me? Like let's go on this journey. You feel me? Like let's do this. You feel me? I don't feel like I gotta put my stuff on Pinterest because it's dope. I'm trying to see, like I went back and I looked at my account. I had a Pinterest account for Landstronaut merch because I was going to put my merch on there's pictures and people would see what they like and they go buy it. And I was like,
Question. You said people. Where are they finding you?
people know me. I'm global favorite. What you mean? What you mean?
Let's cut to the chase. How do people find you? Like, let's be specific. Like, name a platform, name a channel, name a source.
What you mean? Name a source? Like Air Force, NASA, Space Force?
Stop
What?
it.
What you want me
Okay,
to
really quick. Hold on, let me jump in. So, you know what's funny, Landstronaut? So, I just met you on Clubhouse maybe like a month ago. And I was, no, that's not it. That's not shade. Listen, while literally today, I had looked in your PTRs and I saw your real name. I was like, I was very curious. Like, let me look her up. And listen, sis is legit. Okay. There are news articles. I think I
She's
Oh,
saw an article
legit.
in
She's
Black
legit.
Enterprise. Listen, sis is legit because I meet a lot of weird people on Clubhouse and they don't be legit, but I'll give it to Landstronaut. She's legit. So I just wanted to put that in there. Also, I hear what you're saying, Landstronaut. Listen, dope sells itself. I get you, right? I don't think any one person has to be on Pinterest per se. Pinterest is just like another platform that you can put yourself on to get more reach, just like every other social media platform. It's
yeah,
not
you gotta
a
help me out.
requirement. It's not a requirement. However, my thing is you never know until you do it, and I think John mentioned it. I know Favor talks about it a lot. It is kind of a low level platform where you can just put your stuff on there and, see what happens. Just like TikTok and Snapchat and all the, well, maybe not Snapchat, all the other platforms. So I just wanted to jump in to say that. But Landstronaut, I do really love what you got going on. You really are dope. I wanted to just put a little stamp on you.
Astronaut is legit.
Thank you. But what's crazy is Favor that worked on one of my projects. I'm like, man, come on, you talking about who knows me where at? You already know, man. What's up? Like, there's this word of mouth thing. I feel like it's always gonna have more weight. Like, it just is. I don't know how else to put it. I remember, like, I was looking for a job on LinkedIn. I put that I was open for work because I needed some money coming in while I'm building this Landstronaut thing. And once I put it there, I had messages in my inbox like, don't tell me you quit on Landstronaut. I'm rooting for you. I felt like the Tyra Banks, we were rooting for you. I was like, nah, sis, I just need a job. Like, it's crazy. I feel like Pinterest can't give you stuff like that. I know it's an outreach, and for me, it's like one of those things where you cast the net really wide. And for me, I'm like, but what about, just being niche based and going inside to outside, like Prudential life insurance. They say sell to your family and then go to your friends and then go outside. It may take longer, but like then I feel like people are along on the journey. You know what I'm saying? Versus like casting it wide. If I put Landstronaut merch on Pinterest, I'm like, I don't feel like I want people to connect to the journey, not just buy a hoodie or something fly. I want you to connect to the actual story and go on the ride. That's why like it has 0 followers. I didn't really put, and then at the time when I built the brand, I was making the AI art with dope Landstronauts on it and stuff like that. People weren't doing it back in 2022. They just weren't. So I was like, do I really want to put this as a creative concept for everybody to adopt before I even make one sell? Like I was trying, Favor. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying.
No, I love it. I love what you're doing. And I love that we even got a chance to work together because the event was dope and what you're doing is amazing. Because when you look at your merch and you're looking at Pinterest, most times people go to Pinterest, they spend about anywhere between 14 minutes to about 2 hours on average per day, which does not sound like a lot. But when you start to think about how much time you spend planning your day, you might be spending around that same amount of time. So when people are spending that amount of time every day They are planning with the intention to make a purchase. So Pinterest is a place that people go to actually begin their purchasing journey. There's not even at the end. So they're not thinking about hoodies. They're thinking about color. They're thinking about style. They're trying to fit this cloth with that outfit, or with this brand with that fit. They're doing things in a way that makes them think outside the box. And you even have a higher purchasing power on Pinterest. And you may say, okay, my clients are not on Pinterest. My customers are not on Pinterest. But if you really think about it, Pinterest is technically like Google. So you're technically saying my clients are not on Google, my customers are not on Google. It's the same difference. It's just that people don't see Pinterest the same way because people use Pinterest as a personal account or as a social media for themselves. That's why when they don't look at the business side of it, it doesn't give them the same result because they've not experienced it on that side. So when you have Pinterest for personal and you have Pinterest for business, those are two different things. That's why with Pinterest marketing, you have to be specific, and you also have to think about the type of content that you have on the platform. Now, I'll even go a little bit deeper into this. When you go to your analytics on your Pinterest account, I'm going to talk about content types and pin formats real quick. Now, what is a content type? A content type by Pinterest says, see stats about different types of content created by you and or others on Pinterest. Now, here's something that to be very focused on. You could be posting content and other people could be posting content on Pinterest, and your business can still be benefiting from other people posting on your account. Not that you're tagging with them, but if you have group pins or group boards, you can have that in that way. They also said filter to get more details on your organic, not an ad, paid, promoted as an ad content. So you have organic and you have paid. Now there are also pin formats. There are about 3 pin formats. There are image pins, there are video pins, and there are product pins. So now you decide, do you want to do images as content marketing? Do you want to do video pins as content marketing? Do you want to do product pins as content marketing, or do you want to do them combined? So when you do that, you now wonder, okay, am I going to do video pins, organic, image pins, ads, or am I going to do product pins, ads, video pins, organic? Or you're going to combine them and put them in a different way. So now when you're using Pinterest marketing, you're now thinking about the assets that you have available. You can create carousels on Pinterest. You can create images on Pinterest. You can create videos on Pinterest. You can upload content on Pinterest. If you use YouTube, you can even use your YouTube channel into Pinterest to create more value over time. So Pinterest is a great place where you don't have to be, like Celeste said, it's not mandatory. It's not like, oh, everybody should be on Pinterest. But the reason why not everybody is on Pinterest is because a lot of people on Pinterest are winning. Not because the platform is any different, but specifically, I can say this, that Pinterest is super, 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 super unsaturated. The same amount of money you could be making on Pinterest, it may cost you more on another platform. You might be spending $1.23 when on Pinterest you could be spending 23 cents for the same person or the same quality, because it's unsaturated and you have a much longer lifespan. Because on Instagram, if I ask you in the last 2 weeks, give me the top 5 ads that you can remember that you've seen on Instagram, you might remember, you might not remember. But if I tell you the same thing on Pinterest, you'll be more specific to actually be aware, because Pinterest ads usually are camouflaged compared to Instagram, YouTube, because they're just in your face. So they're different for a reason. And people actually interact with these pins because they want to become better in connection. So don't think about Pinterest as just a place to just post and ghost. Think about it as a place where you can actually store information, test, use Pinterest as a testing ground, and then get your best content out of Pinterest to your other social platforms, and then work on those performances. It's kind of like getting to know, okay, what is the best product on this aisle? And I'm going to put that product at the front of the post or at the front of the grocery store, because I know if somebody comes in and they want to get cookies, then they're going to go to this aisle because we have the best cookies in town. They're coming to a store where there's milk, where there's produce, where there are other things, but they know that there's something to get because there's a specific aisle they've been told to go. So when you do that with Pinterest and you're using that as a way to invite people in, it allows more people to discover you and actually connect with you more. Some people say, oh, is it for products only? Is it for mothers only? Is it for this only? Pinterest is for everyone. You can't box Pinterest just like you can't box Google. You can't say Google is for scholars, or Google is for teachers, or Google is for Gen Z, or Google is for boomers. You can't say that because Google is a search engine. So Pinterest is a visual search engine. Also, Google has a lens. There's something called Google Lens, and Pinterest has something called Pinterest Lens. So when you look at these lenses, because they are visually search friendly, you can create more content on these platforms to actually produce more as well. Rocky says she's a rebel to all topics on this room. She's her own entity. Yeah, boss moves always, Landstronaut, for sure. Thank you, Rocky, for chiming in. We'd love to hear from you, Celeste, Apostle, anyone else as well on stage. What are your thoughts on Pinterest? What do you see, and how are you even seeing your content do on other platforms outside of Pinterest?
Go ahead, Apostle. You can go and I'll go after
No,
you.
darling, go ahead. I insist.
A lot of conversations regarding Pinterest and business marketing. And the one thing, Favor, I remember me and you talking on the phone about this. You were like, ooh, you need to get on Pinterest. Well, I have a service-based business. So I was like, I don't know how Pinterest, would work for that. But the one thing I wanted to kind of throw out to you, Favor, is I think these conversations would go a little bit better if maybe, you were to do this and then maybe list like the top 3 business types that would benefit from Pinterest. Because I do struggle sometimes with being like, okay, this platform, that platform, this platform, like every platform doesn't work for every business owner. And I think we just need to have an honest, conversation about that. Cause I know me personally, I'm too old to be on 5011 platforms. So I'm just trying to focus on like, all right, where are my people at? Where, as a local service-based business, am I going to get the most reach to actually convert these viewers and impressions to clients for my business? That is really hard, especially in the service-based industry. Pinterest, I don't know. I feel like that's on the lower part of the list of top platforms to be on. But on the flip side, for like a product-based business, I can see how Pinterest would be on the top. Because I know, like me personally, I just had a trip for my 40th birthday. Where'd I go? Pinterest. Cute outfits for a cruise, and I found all kinds of products linked to those pins. So that to me would be like a better conversation. It's like, all right, what are the top maybe 3 to 5 business types that could benefit from posting on Pinterest? So I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Celeste. Love that. Love that. Go ahead, Apostle.
I love y'all. Anyway, okay, so my journey with Pinterest has been a little different. I really haven't worked that much with Pinterest. I haven't used it that much. So the only thing that I've done with Pinterest, even though I do have a business account with Pinterest, I mean, I've posted some of my pictures because I have I offer services as well as a product line. But I mostly go on Pinterest to get DIY ideas or some craft ideas. I have learned some interesting tips from you all today talking about Pinterest, and I would have never thought that I could use Pinterest to gain leads for clients to my business, especially since I'm in a new area. So I'm originally from Louisiana, but I now live in Savannah, Georgia, and so it's being in a place where I know no one. It's been a challenge. So trying to figure out what platform worked better for me. I've been I never thought about Pinterest. So thank you. That's all.
You're welcome, Apostle. You got me thinking about this when you think about location, because I used to live in Georgia. I live in Houston now. And when I think about location and reach and reaching out, there are ways that you can be able to be visible using Pinterest in a way that is so underrated, but also very high impact or highly impactful. Because this is it. Even Uber suggests if you use this platform, they usually have Facebook, Pinterest, and Reddit as options. Why is this happening? Because when you're using Pinterest, most times, like you said, Celeste, most people would use Pinterest for products, ideas, events, things of that nature. We work with businesses that we build on Eventbrite. We circle back. We make sure everything is good so that SEO wise, you're showing up locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally based on what you want to serve and what you want to do. So when I look at service-based businesses, because I run an SEO agency and I'm on Pinterest, and I help businesses, and we're able to scale that by making sure that they're able to be visible across search engines and search bots, because most people just say search engines, but they also search bots and user agents. So we go very technical. And when I look under the hood to see what the website looks like, and Pinterest is part of that cycle, then it's easier for someone to actually have better conversations with the web because it's sourcing from Pinterest. Knowing that Pinterest is technically also Google Images, just like if you have a YouTube channel, you're also technically ending up on Google because YouTube is owned by Google, right? And whenever you write something on Google, you can get a YouTube thumbnail. If you go to images, you might get images from thumbnails to YouTube. That's the same thing you can get to Pinterest. So using service-based businesses and being on Pinterest is not a bad thing because you have to claim your website, whether you do decor, whether you do restaurants, whether you have a service, if you're a coach, you can use Pinterest to really grow your business than spending time on Instagram where you get a shelf life of 72 hours compared to Instagram. Let me compare this specifically to Pinterest where you get a shelf life of 5 months. So when you compare 72 hours to 5 months, you wonder, okay, what are we really talking about? And how can we actually scale these things? So I love that you mentioned those things too as well. Christine says, I wouldn't have thought of Pinterest either. Yeah, Pinterest is not talked about. It's always somewhere hanging and people don't really talk about it. They use it personally, but when it comes to business, it's underlooked. It's underutilized because you can run ads on Pinterest to your specific zip code, and you can run ads specifically to people that actually you want to connect with. And whether you have a shop, whether you have a store, whether you have an online store, it's something that can change the trajectory of your business just because you have visual representation of what your business looks like outside social media. Because people think of social media and they do consider Pinterest, but sometimes they don't really look at it as a hybrid model as well. Shoma, thanks for being here too. She says, I have a service-based business as a wedding and event content creator. My IG is in my bio if you want to take a look at my work. I'll definitely check it out right now so that I can see that for sure. Rocky says, you're not going to keep shitting on the ground. YouTube lasts longer. Wait, Rocky, aren't you the one that talked about Instagram not being good and now you're coming to tell me this? Come on now, Rocky. I don't know if she could talk, but it's just still my baby.
Taking
I know.
advantage because she can't speak. Chill,
Nah.
Favor.
Oh my goodness. Y'all got me. Oh my goodness. Don't worry. I'll let y'all win, Last one out. Let's go.
All right. So I got foot and mouth disease. You feel me? So I called out Rocky. Rocky doubled down. So I'm going to show you what I was preparing for Rocky because I couldn't come him empty-handed, okay? So I'm putting it in the chat because you can't find the link, the sub-link, the Substack until I put it in the you know what I'm saying? So my Facebook group had 494 people, I think. But it's called Astronaut Coffee, right? So the subset class that I'm gonna be marketing for is called Stocks and Coffee, right? So I did all this stuff. I got a handbook. And so the handbook is a preface of the different phases and methodologies that I will be using to teach the class. But it's a soft probe into buying the book and knowing how to use strategy for the education excerpt that I'm going to do. So that's one product teaser. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I got the one product teaser. I started her off with at least 450 people. My Instagram is trash. It's like, I don't even know, I'm like 20 followers. I don't know. So yeah, Facebook and Instagram. I don't have a Pinterest for it. And I'm designing the course overview and structure, like doubling down on the structure today. And I told you I got a scholarship arm for people coming in, and I put myself as the ambassador / instructor to where they can download my external resume so they could validate on why I'm even teaching the class. So I did that so far. I don't know about the Pinterest though. Huh?
You said the Pinterest?
I don't know about the Pinterest though. That's the last part. I came in the room.
For sure. And all the things that you're doing, you can put it there and create more content.
Would you put your handbook? Would you put your handbook on Pinterest? Like the picture of it? Would you do it?
I put what on Pinterest?
Your handbook, like your guidebook to courses that you teach. Would you put it on Pinterest?
I would put anything on Pinterest.
You just throw it, even if it's futuristic. You would throw it on
Facts. There. Why would I not throw it on there?
Oh.
Because if I do, I know that I got 5 months on it. People spend literally right now, we're in May, and people are looking for Christmas trees today because they are planning for Christmas. My birthday is December 26th. That's far from now, right? That's in December. But people are looking for Christmas presents, Christmas ideas, Christmas gifts, because they know that that's going to happen at the time. So if you have 5 months between now and December, you got October, by the way. So by the time you're looking at all these things, you're creating more content for yourself. And that way you're able to outlive your content. So I would put it on there just because I know that it's credible. And I mean, it makes sense. Look at Instagram. Instagram, if you have an Instagram account, and I love your content, Chioma, it's really, really dope. Really love what I'm seeing there too. I've just given you a follow as well. When you put your content on Instagram,
who's Grandma?
She's in the chat.
Okay, let me find it. Okay, go ahead. My bad.
No, you're good. So when you look at content and you bring that from Pinterest to Instagram, you're bringing that from Pinterest to Instagram within a 365-day calendar. And that 365-day calendar is going to be, that 365-day calendar is going to be put into Pinterest as one board, and they're going to call it social. So when you think about that one time, you're able to build that over time. And when you think about that as a business, as someone who is using the content to actually prolong your business, it's better. If I was to run an events company or to run any company that's going to be related with service of business or customer experience, I would high-key put it on Pinterest. Why? Because if I send an email to a client, a prospect, a customer, our community, I wouldn't tell them, hey, click this Instagram post to view this. I would tell them, click this Pinterest board to enjoy this collection. You can't do that on Instagram, because on Instagram, when you save to collection, even if you save it, let's say you have saves, right? Because people say saves are, it saves the day. But if you have saves, saves are private. On Pinterest, saves are public. So if you're saving in public and your content is in public, then you'll be seen in public. But if you say, okay, I saved this post, you don't even know what the person saved it as. On Pinterest, you can see that. It's public information, but you own 100% of that proprietary information. So it's really up to you. to decide what you want. But that way you're able to do it as well. And Rocky says, why Facebook and not Pinterest? Because Facebook, I would call it second party platform, because you don't own it, but you control it. And you can't even download a video you upload from Facebook unless you go to a third party application to download the same video. So it's going to be hard to, keep on, going back and forth with friction. So that's where I would call it, between those two. It's not a bad platform. Don't knock it down. Facebook is one of the biggest platforms we have in the world today. But when I look at it from a long-term perspective, Facebook is one of the platforms you should have. But essentially, you also want to use Pinterest to match that up so you can actually have a longer shelf life online. And Chema says, oh, thank you, Favor. You're welcome, Chema. And ooh, that's a great idea. Yeah, definitely. I'll reach out to you and, get to see what you're working on too. So we got 2 minutes before I get out of here and get into a call, but I wanted to make sure that we can talk
Nah,
about this.
favorite, nah. You
What's up?
can't leave us like that. You
What you mean
can't
I
leave us.
can't leave
I need
you?
to see. I need to see something you posted on Pinterest, bro. I'm not. Listen. You gotta show me something. You gotta show me a winning post, even if it's not yours. Somebody you
You know
help or
what?
whatever. Like I
In
gotta.
fact, I'm actually about to get on a call with a client that I'll actually send it to you right now. So if you guys go to Pinterest right now, they have
Can I
300.
give some insight to Landstronaut real quick too when you're done? Or you gotta go though?
Who, me? I gotta go in a minute because I'm about to jump on a Zoom
Oh,
call. Yeah. And if I put the link in the chat. So I just copied it from my Mac clipboard. So that link you see, they have about 317,000 monthly views, and they tipped at 1.1 million monthly views, and they're making 40 grand a week. So I'm about to get on a call with them right now so we can discuss. I talked with Pinterest yesterday because we meet Pinterest every 2 weeks to discuss client work. So just to let you know, Landstronaut, that yeah, we do this and it's serious. And it takes about 4 to 6 months to see Pinterest mature. So that didn't happen overnight, but that takes time and consistency. So there's the
Ooh,
proof.
and look what? It's a product-based business. What do you
I can
I
know?
could
give
have
you
told
another
in there
one.
for
just
40
really quick.
followers. You say he got 40K a week and he only got 40 followers, but he got a whole bunch of pins. Is that what you're telling me right now?
I mean, if you look at followers, then you're going to think like Instagram, because Pinterest does not focus on followers. Pinterest focuses on search, and the search is coming
All
from
right,
an
I
index.
don't want you late to your meeting. Go, go, go. It's 3 o'clock.
Wait,
Deuces,
I ran
y'all.
out the classroom so I could say, all right, well, go ahead, bye.
Rocky, what do you want to say before we go? Y'all got.
Website and all your stuff on there. Just use it for brand awareness and then gatekeep them. Have some kind of form where they have to get on the phone and have a conversation with you. Then give them the rest of your stuff if they're worthy enough to speak with you about that. But that's how I use mine. That's it. Bye.
Exactly. And this company, before I go, they're getting literally every month they're getting a good number of clicks. They're averaging at position 8. So being at position 8 is really good because that tells you that you're averaging at the top page. They literally started at 0 and now they're averaging close to 400,000 in views. So just giving you all some insights on that, but I'll definitely bring more information like this. So thank you all for being here. I'm excited that we talked about this, and I look forward to connecting with you guys definitely in the next room, and I'll be back again. God bless you all. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Welcome to season 13, where you listen, you live, you learn, and you earn. A lot of information is always given on this show. So we're in the 13th season. God has brought us so far, and I just want to thank God for the opportunity to connect with you today on a such quiet, calm space like this. So thank you for listening. Know that Jesus loves you, and know that you can always connect with me on the We Don't Play Podcast show. More specifically, go to wedon'tplaypodcast.com, or you can go to playinc.online. That is PLAYINC.online, and get in touch with me. Let's get on a call. Let's talk. Let's focus on SEO for 2026 and beyond. So until we meet in the next episode, God bless you. Jesus loves you. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and stay blessed, and stay tuned. Bye for now.